Oh, I'm doing a little booking. Super Dave's going to come on, and we're going to talk. We're going to talk to him on First Look with Scott Cox at 8:00 on Friday.
Bring your helmet.
We're booking it right now, so I'm sure Scott, who is claimed to have dominated every racing venue in Kern County, will want to talk to you about motorcycles and everything else. So,
well, I'm sure Ricky will have
right.
have some history there involved, but that'll be good to.
It'll be good. It'll be good. You guys can put him in his place. I love it. All right, we're joined by Stephen Blakesley, Kern County Raceway Park. Steve, tell us about our guests here. We've met these guys before.
We have Super Dave Walker and we have Ricky Pierce here with our Super Moto group, and now they've got one race under their belt. So we're gonna find out what it's gonna be like on the second go around. Obviously, the first one, I mean, you would think there'd be hiccups. There really weren't. It was awfully smooth. I think the only thing we didn't like was in the pro race, Chisholm kind of stuck it to everybody, but he's not going to be there, so it's going to be a wide open race for the pros, and I think we're really looking forward to that.
Let's take a look. Let's look real quick at my schedule here. Let's go to the upcoming events here we have. Laura, take that to the next slide. Man, big stuff coming up this weekend. Pro late models, spec mods, mini stocks, 911 series, bandos, my favorite, and then Super Motos, and then the Mopars of Bakersfield. I know what you guys are looking for. Stephen, which one in your mind is the most exciting part of this? I mean, I know you have to be completely fair and balanced, but isn't there one that kind of like you look forward to?
Well, first we want to point out that it's going to be Citgo late models. That we made a change on that. It's going to be a non-points $2,000 to win, kind of a funny little. It's Saturday night showdown for them on Saturday Night Supermoto. The spec modifieds have been our fastest growing class. That's going to be interesting to see that division. Mark Allen will be back with them. So we should have and Gary Dutton will be back from Boone, Iowa. So we should have a 13 car field on the spec modifieds.
And that's a field you expect that to kind of really grow in the next year.
Oh, it continues to grow. There's at least another 3 or 4 cars being developed as we speak. And then our 911 series is going to help us out with a 911 tribute before the races. We're going to have a presentation of colors. We're going to have the CHP PIO Robert Rodriguez doing the national anthem.
Oh, really?
So he's kind of a jack of all trades,
nice.
Right? So we'll have all ambulance out there, CHP, all the 911 series teams. So I think that's going to be a special moment as well.
Okay. All right. And then the weekend after, the 20th, because we're in the kind of the meat of the meat of the season now, as you guys make your way toward November. The Budweiser NASCAR National Championship finale, Citgo Lubricant Late Model, Twin 35s, Super Stocks. Am I missing a comma in there? That's all one thing, right? Budweiser National.
Oh, you're
Championship
good. Yeah.
Finale, Citgo Lubricant. Making sure.
You're okay.
State, Super Stocks, Legends, Mini Stocks, and Mini Tours. That's a pretty full, big night.
7 main events that night. And we'll see if Brian Richardson can pull a rabbit out of the hat and somehow take the state title.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be an exciting night. Next 2 weeks of racing. But these guys come back. I mean, this was, we knew it was going to be exciting, but yes.
Look at all the GoPros on these helmets.
I know.
They all look like they're like a little horns on top of their
Got to
heads.
the point, I don't know if guys are ballasting or trying to get enough weight around the bike.
It's like in
that's a great
NASCAR, it's an
shot.
empty case or something, right?
Everybody, and the funny part is usually, your own GoPro, you don't get any footage of yourself, just the guy in front of you or
Right.
yourself getting
Yeah, what are
passed.
you learning?
Right.
That's good stuff.
Hey, do those guys use it to learn from it, or do they just use it because it's cool? I would
Depends.
Cool.
a little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Okay. Because it's the technology is so amazing and the quality is so incredible that you just have it right there and you can see how you did and how you performed, what kind of moves you would have made. Or
Well, I think it's good for a lot of guys too. It's a learning tool. They can see themselves going into corners. A lot of times
Right.
you're so focused on your own race, putting your bike in the right place at the right time. You don't see what other guys are doing that could be a better line, could be faster.
Right.
So it gives guys an opportunity to go back and look at what they did and what they didn't do and try and do better the next time. Everybody likes to compete.
all right, first go of it on Supermoto. What were your guys' overall thoughts on how it went?
I was just tickled to death. Everybody really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Ricky,
just like the old days and back Mesa Moran. This new track, everybody liked it. We're going like 110 down the straightaway into the corner of the quarter-mile corner there and pitching it sideways. And
Steve, what was your thought on we talked this a little bit. The fan reaction was pretty positive, though, right?
Yeah, well, the crowd was amazing, and we'll do the same thing Saturday. They heat race at 5:45. It's a little bit early, right after our qualifying. I'll tell you what, we had about 600 to 700 people there just for, and that's no exaggeration. That's accurate because by the time this thing was all said and done, we had over 2,000 people out there.
Wow.
It was one of our top 5 crowds of the whole season, even with Canon and SRL and everything else we do. I mean, it really was amazing. We broke the margarita machine.
Wow.
Super Dave's guys, they know what they want. So must be all that Baja racing they do or something. But anyway, it was just phenomenal for us as a venue and really a no-brainer. And like we bragged about, we had 4 different racetracks that night racing with the 8th mile, the quarter mile, the Super Moto, and the half mile. Nowhere else in the country are you going to see that. And it really, that corner in that photo there, when they're going up the hill in turn 1, it gave people great perspective on how mean that turn is, and they're getting to see them go up the hill and climb back down, and so it made our venue look good, which is always our goal.
Well, it just gives a different perspective. I think. Go to the next photo too. It just gives a different perspective of the facility. I mean, it just shows the utility of the facility, which I think is interesting.
I just want to make a note there too. The kid on the 466 bike, Stephen Davies, he actually won the amateur class. He's on stock wheels on that Kawasaki, and he didn't run away, but he chased down all those guys on big bikes with slicks. We had a 13-year-old kid that was in the top 3 of the amateur class. Just a real broad spectrum. We were talking earlier, we had ages from 13 to 55 out there on bikes racing.
Wow.
It was just a really neat deal. Everybody from every age and every ability. It was just a lot of fun. Want to take a second, if I can, to thank my staff and sponsors, High Tech Signs, Adventure Center Power Sports, Fred Cummins Motorsports, Patent Steel, Cal Spas, my staff, Rick and Pierce and his wife Wendy, Michelle and Paul Birchfield, Michael Helm. Everything went off the way it was supposed to, and I can't thank them enough.
Great event.
The variety in this photo, you've got a Husqvarna on slicks and a Kawasaki on the stock wheels. I mean, just the variety, and you got a Suzuki behind him. I mean, it was just, there was such a variety of bikes, and there was something for everyone out there, like you said, old and young. And of course, Roger Hemsley might have been the most impressive of the night. He was one of the veterans out there.
Yeah. Ernie Lau's right there. I think he's 55, and you got the kid he's 16, I think, or something like that. And
yeah,
how cool is that?
A lot of ex-champions, a lot of good guys that are just devoted to the sport. They really enjoy it, and we're looking forward to having more of them come around.
Good. Let's go to the next couple of pictures here. I mean, again, this is the guys that are getting low and getting fast on the straightaway. And they were seeing some pretty. Go back to that one more. How fast were these guys going at this point? I guess getting ready to turn into
right there. I'm judging that's down the front straight by the start line right there. They're probably just approaching 100 miles an hour because they're coming across the line. That big CR500 right there, and the number 32 belongs to this cat sitting right next to me here. And Cole Case, the number 91X, those guys have known each other a long time. They raced clean. They had a lot of fun, and they can't wait to do it again.
What was it like for you to race on the track?
I didn't race.
No, you didn't race. No,
I was helping out.
I was helping out.
I'm retired.
All right, what was it like for you to run on the track? How's that say? What was it like? What was the facility like for you? And
I have helped build the track, and like I said, coming down that front straightaway, that quarter mile corner, where the olden days we used to just go clear on into turn 1.
Yeah.
And this way you're able to hack it in completely sideways in front of the crowd, make a little loop, go back up the straightaway. People don't realize how big that turn is.
Yeah, right.
And
right.
you hit that turn and you almost fall down it. You got to keep on the throttle, and sometimes the back end does slide around on you.
Wow, yeah, it is steep. All right, let's go to the next one there, and then you got the little jumps in there, which I don't have completely done well here, but you have like what, one little jump or one big jump?
We have one metal jump at the moment. We're modifying it. We're making it larger.
Okay.
We've gotten the opportunity to talk to Charlie. He's looking forward to booking more events next year, so we look forward to developing our program along with it and having a more full-size jump, something that'll be more delightful to the crowd and a little bit bigger air. Like I said, we just got the first one under our belt. It went well.
Right.
We just want to keep improving on that.
Right. Stephen Blakesley, this is talking about the other things that are going on here. These are the spec mods, right?
Yeah, and for me being new to Bakersfield, that's Ralph Morgan in the 33, and I had to get my geography lesson because he's out of Inyo Kern, leading the number 8 at Jim Coffey, and Our spec modifiers are so cool. I mean, look at all that tread on those tires. Those are the same tires that Ethan Dotson and Wayne Dotson and all those guys at Scott's track. That's the same cars, the same tires, just running them on pavement. And so it's a very equal class. You know, you really can't put the power down. And they're still going very fast, over 100 miles an hour on the straightaways. And like I said, we're expecting about 13 of these open wheel cars.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the change you've seen there. These spec mods running on pavement a little bit.
I've seen it. I've seen it grow. We'll see where it goes from now. I think there could be some body changes coming up. I mean, I like the car. There was a disqualification a couple weeks ago, but I like the concept of a little swoopier car. So maybe, you know, these are dirt bodies here, and they're fine, and the swoopier body's fine. You just have to come together. They're building new cars, and a lot of they're building new chassis. A lot of these spec mods and the sport mods are older chassis. Well, now the guys are building brand new chassis, kind of state-of-the-art chassis. That's always helpful too. So it's a class that's going to continue to grow.
Let's go to the next slide and look at these guys. Sicko Lubricants.
I mean, Brian Richardson, of course, former Mesa Marine champion, has absolutely dominated our series this year. And you know, enough about him. I think that this has been the best story all year. Is Racing Vernon and Buddy Shepard, our two youngsters. Of course, Racing Vernon's 16 years old now.
By the way, I forgot to, I got a shout
got
out
it
to
in there right at the
I got
end.
a shout out to Racing Vernon. You got the shout out.
I got it
He
done.
just turned 16.
Yeah, I got
Right.
it done. They had their
All right.
party out at the track on Sunday. But just to see these two kids racing out, of course, you know, Racing's grandpa, one of our track owners, and of course his dad, Kevin, was a big deal at Mesa. And of course, Dickie Shepard on the wrenches on his son's car with Buddy. I think these two kids is a good reason to come out Saturday and see them duke it out and see the future of racing.
And be aware now, racing's on the streets.
Racing is on the streets. He's building something too. What is he building exactly? Is he building a model or something, or what is he building?
Well, he does a lot of RC car racing.
That's
That
what
might be what you're seeing over there. They spend a lot of time over there at Raymond
Right.
Hobbies on District. So
Right.
that might be, you might want to avoid that on weeknights.
I was
They're
a
all
little,
running around.
disappointed that Racing did. I was at the North football game. I was expected Racing to come up and say hello to us. Didn't do it. He failed me. By the way, here it is. This is the 911 tribute night. Get out there Saturday, September 13th. Again, what can we expect, Stephen Blake?
Well, we're going to have a lot of racing, 2 wheels, 4 wheels, quarter mile, half mile. We open the gates at 4. You want to get there early because we're doing our heat races for these guys at 5:45. The autograph session, the best opportunity we have in all Kern County. We're the only track that gets to do that, so we'll kind of hang our hat on that. Then we go racing at 7 with our 911 tribute, followed by the Super Moto.
All right. Great stuff. Got racing the 13th, got racing the 20th. What do we have? Are we off the 27th? Or?
Yep, for the closing weekend of the fair, and we come back big and strong in October and November.
All right, great stuff. We will see you guys on Friday. I
Yes,
booked you. You're going to be on
absolutely.
First Look with Scott Cox.
Book it.
We've got it set. We'll see you guys next week on the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. We'll hear how these guys did. We'll hear about everything else. The show's produced by myself and Mike Griffith, directed by Chris McCullough. It's shot live here at the Dignity Health Studio at the Bakersfield Californian. See you next week.